trust you, Lord. We 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 trust in Jesus. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord. We trust you, Lord.
Thokozani, Gogo Thokozani Njani. Dumelang. Welcome everybody that is joining us. We are Facebook Live already. Welcome in the space. Everybody that is joining us from Facebook, from YouTube. Anybody that is joining us from the different platforms, we welcome you in the space. We are here just sorting the tech. We will start in the next couple of minutes. So I'm going to sort that echo quickly. There is a little bit of an echo that is coming because we just gone live on YouTube. I'm going to switch off that live streaming to address the echo. All right, we should be fine now. Welcome once again this afternoon. To this session that we are talking about traditional medicines in South Africa. It's really a screening of a documentary that we had put together a couple of years ago that we thought that we could bring into the space, given where the debates are in the country, but also as a reminder to some of the thoughts that we hold as traditional healers in South Africa. My name is Gogo Solomon Shabangu, my ancestor's name, and my birth name is Figile Wagavilagazi. I am one of the founders of Ezabangoma Traditional Health Institute. I am not alone, always with Gogo Pagati in Sizoga Kutser, who is also with us at Ezabangoma Traditional Health Institute. We also belong to various collectives, including Ikwelo Healers Collective, the Audrey Lords Love Rebels Collective. I also work for the University of KwaZulu-Natal in the field of political science and public policy. But I also am known as a mother and a daughter and a child of the soil. So I'm really a child of the universe and grateful this afternoon actually, to rise again, to connect with all of us through this conversation and through this space. So what we are going to do now before we start the screening of the documentary is to just open the session with Umpahlo to usher us into the space. So feel free to light your candle where you are. Feel free to do what you do when you call on your superpower or anything that you believe in. The space is really interfaith. It is not just a space of traditional healers. It is a space of conscience. It is a space of belief, because we all believe in something. We all believe that something out there is looking and is hearing. Someone out there is looking and is hearing and answers our prayers and our thoughts and our imaginations. So I'm going to play a couple of songs to usher us into the space, one or two. These are songs that, these are rhythms rather. Let me not call them songs, because they come to us in the form of spirit. When we meditate, when we pray, Masipahla, usually as Abangoma, we receive these messages, and some of them come in the form of rhyming songs, some of them come as poetry, some of them come as words. So I'll play some of those, and then we can probably just pick up one or two, and then we'll go straight into the live stream. I hope you enjoy. Thokozani, Thokozani.
Thokoza gogo. Thokoza gogo.
Thokozani bogogo mkhulu singena ngenjabulo phakathi kwamagulube maphehla madala phezu komsebenzi bogogo umsebenzi of talking about traditional medicines in South Africa. Umsebenzi bogogo wokukhuluma ngemithi yokulapha ndlondo ezinkulu. Umsebenzi bogogo enasinika wona nasivusa silele maphehla madala sasabela bogogo sathi sizokwenza ngenjabulo. Ake ngene nathi phakathi kwamagulube bogogo mkhulu singena kule nkulumo namhlanje. Maphehla madala singakhethi ibala ledlozi sibiza bonke emagumbini amanomhlaba ey'ntabeni zokukhahlamba phansi kwamanzi emhedeni. Sithi bogogo ake sikhulumeni siyisizwe saseMzansi Afrika. Ke sikhulumeni bogogo mkhulu siyi-Afrika. Sikhulumeni maphehla madala ngobulaphi bendabuko. Khulume ngamakhambi ngogo mkhulu enasipha wona ukuthi ngabe senze njani maphehla madala ngendaba ye-regulation. Bogogo mkhulu ngabe zithini iy'nyanga zithini iy'ndlondlo phakathi kwamagulube emagumbini amane. Bogogo sike sahamba savakashela endaweni yaseMpumalanga. Bogogo mkhulu sixoxisana nazo phela iy'nyanga abantu abadala sibuza bogogo umsebenzi enasiphuma wona ukuthi njengoba nje kuthiwa-ke umthetho awusivumeli uba singasebenza phakathi kwamagulube thina sisizwa kanjani bogogo mkhulu njengoba kuthiwa masiregulate emaphehla amadala zithini iy'ndlondlo. Singena phezu kwalo msebenzi-ke namhlanje ntambama ngogo mkhulu calling all the gurus from the mountains maphehla madala, inviting all the spirits and guides to be with us bogogo mkhulu asikhethi ibala ledlozi. We do not discriminate maphehla madala. All the gurus are invited, all the workers of light maphehla madala amkelekile phakathi kwamagulube. Sibiza amandawo sibiza amandatshana sibiza amanono sibiza abalozi sibiza amanzuza phakathi kwamagulube. Ngisho iy'thunywa zomoya zamukelekile bogogo mkhulu. Sibabiza abahleli phakathi eParliament kwipolitiki sibiza zona iy'nkokheli zethu phakathi kwamagulube ngoba phela fanele sixoxisane bogogo sibiza imibutho ngemibutho maphehla madala ehlukene ingene phakathi kwamagulube sizoxoxisana bogogo ukuthi senze njani njalo ukulapha isifo phakathi kwamagulube. Nawangenile bogogo mana ama-diseases bogogo mkhulu avela nxa zonke makhehla madala nisiphile ikhambi yegogo mkhulu senze njani bogogo ukuthi silaphele sibe ke nihambe nathi makhehla madala phezu kwale nkulumo kulunge njalo phakathi kwesizwe sethu kulunge makhehla madala phakathi kwempilo zethu phezu kwesimo sengqondo somzimba nesimo segazi sipheni makhehla madala ngendlela yakhona siphaphatha sishaya ngedolo phansi bomkhulu singazenzeli kwenzeni la indlondlo singena ngenhlonipho makhehla madala ngendlela zakhona thokozani ndawuwe shewe nda makhosi makube kuhle thokozani bogogo siyabingelela so just a little bit about the documentary that we are showing today. The documentary is a work that emanates from a study. It's a piece of research that we did in 2013. It was done through the University of the Western Cape. The University of the Western Cape gave ethical clearance to be able to do this work. Savakashela eMpumalanga to go and talk with traditional healers. At that time, we already were in the middle of negotiations as a country around how do we regulate traditional medicines in South Africa. And this is a debate that is happening all over the continent. It is happening, in fact, in various continents in the world, in Asia, in Africa, in Latin America, in parts of East Europe. Sizohamba nayo sithathe kancane starting from South Africa in this series. So we are starting a series where we are really openly having these conversations to say, what does it mean to regulate traditional medicines in South Africa? What does it mean to regulate traditional medicines in the continent of Africa, in former colonies of Asia and Latin America and eastern parts of Europe? Bokoko, it's an open conversation. It is supposed to be a critical conversation. Let us feel free to engage. Makehla Madala. The platform, Yezabangoma, is open as a platform. We started it a couple of years ago to talk about these issues openly. It is a platform that is open to the entire globe so that we can talk from wherever we are sitting, because we believe that every voice matters. All of us are geared in these conversations, not just to talk, but to also think and create solutions together, because we are creators and co-creators of this knowledge. So without any waste of time, I will take us through into the documentary. Please feel free. I don't know, Gogo Phakathi, whether you want to greet before we go there. Like I indicated, I am not alone. If anyone inside the house also would like to greet before we go, please feel free to do so, to offer a word of prayer if you want, or just a hello, that is also fine. Otherwise, if you also want to be silent and present, that is also welcome. Makehla Madala, so that we don't leave anyone out in case umuntu ufuna ukuphefumula.
Tokozan, greetings everybody. Blessings. Thank you so much for this opportunity. As Isabangoma, we really want to do awareness in these critical times. It is fundamentally important that we as traditional healers stand together and take hands and to assist each other where we can regarding traditional medicine.
Thokoza Gogo Siyabonga Ndlondlo. That was Gogo Phakathi, one of us in Zabangoma Traditional Health Institute. I don't know, Mutwakha, I can see there's a hand, Dogotela, Kereng Mutwakha, please come through, Gogo.
Okay. Thokozani Bogogo, Thokozani Bomkhulu. Moma Ineng Amararu. This afternoon, I'm saying hello to everyone. Kidumedisa Bademu, Kidumedisa Mudemu, Kidumedisa everyone. Bakholobaka, we are very happy to be part of this important journey as a health professional and Ma Africa. This has been part of me. This has been a journey for me. And without really going into my history, I think this trip or this journey that Bokok Fix has started, okay, re kry-a mo tseleng, but go nna le baalafi kapo tsona dingaka tsa setso has been part of our life since African continent was born. So go di kgaoganya le bongaka ba sekgowa, we are making a very grave mistake because re lemogile hore I would say ke support the 80% the researchers di buang gore 80% of our people are consulting the traditional healers. Each time when we meet a sick person, go spetlele, go ngakeng, when you go deep, o mo botsa hore how long have you been sick? O nwele eng? Most of the time, why are you going? And I'm one of the people that do not discriminate. And what treatment are you taking? And I try all the time to assist them. Even though there's been some time I practice, I'm now a politician. For annual treatment, that contradiction, I've had that medication to work for a certain period. And then I used to work with prisoners, Bali Modi ARV, and then out here, no, sister, when you are not here, bagapa, ba peita, they're getting medication from home. And kebabona basa kopani, you know. And then I would say, check with each patient, when do you ugapaling or upetaling? So they will say, first thing in the morning when I wake up, sister, because okay. So I will give a time, opportunity after agapile, no treatment. This treatment I retain so this registration, the traditional healers, is crucial, it's important. We know we need it, it's part of us. So Keitumela Gok Fix, Dr. Leo, we really, this thing, it should have started many years ago, but it's a trip. We know where we come from, colonization and apartheid, we're picking up. We are picking up, and then we are saying, Badimu limudimu fulukhang rali khoka. This is a very crucial time. COVID-19 and we can always intervene.
Thokoza Makhosi re a leboga haholo Koko mo dutsing teng ka mantswe a monate. Thank you so much for those beautiful words and very, very important words, Koko. It's a journey. It's a journey, and we are hoping that this journey will take us to that place of recognition in South Africa. That is the intention, Koko Mkhulu, and it is important. I agree with you. It is a grave mistake that we are making as a globe to not recognize indigenous healers in the different aspects of the work of healing and the work of health. I think it is important as we call upon all the kinds of solutions that we need to put forth around the treatment of any disease, including these pandemics that we go through, that we remember that behind every herb, there is a person, and behind every herbal medicine, there is an indigenous person that needs to be engaged and involved. So without any waste of time, then we thought, let us go and visit Mpumalanga and speak to traditional healers about their thoughts on this subject, because it is also a subject that divides the population. Some people believe that we should be regulated. As healers ourselves, some of us are saying, no, we cannot be regulated, because once we are regulated, it means that we are being forced to conform to Western standards of healing, or what is called professional standards of healing. And some healers are saying, no, let us be regulated so that we can be professional and be trusted to be able to do this work. So there is that division. It's a highly contested debate, but I think it is a debate that we must have. We cannot shy away from it. until we find each other. So I will take you now to the documentary. Please grab a glass of water. And relax as we go through the documentary. Okay, just waiting for network there. Network is a little bit slow on our side, but as soon as it holds, we will go through. Sorry, some parts of the documentary are very low, but it will rise as we go along. Sorry, I just want to check sound because it's not really projecting well if the sound is all full. Okay, I think there was a problem of sound on my side. Apologies. So I'm going to start it again. It should be fine now.
Okay, we can't hear. Eish, unfortunately.
Oh, you can't hear. Oh my
There's no
gosh.
sound. On my side, there's no sound. I don't know if Parks can hear you now. I don't hear anything this side.
Okay, Gogo, let me try and sort out sound. Please give me a few minutes.
Yeah, sound is the same as the problem.
You can't hear also.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can't hear.
Right. Ish, this thing of sound. Okay, let me see if I can sort that. But you could hear the song that I was playing earlier on. Can I just
We heard your song so well. I was drumming my drum at this side. You didn't hear my drum.
Yeah, the song was fine, but when you started the video, it didn't
Okay.
have that.
All right, what I will do is I will see if I can get the video from the device that I was playing the song on and play it from there. Okay, I'm looking for it. Just give me 2 minutes. So we'll project sound from there and project visuals here on the screen. Just want to play it, and if you can confirm that you can hear it, then we will switch. The National Department of Health.
They are raw form and a lot of roots. So the universities have been mainly dealing with the research on understanding.
Did you hear
Thank
that?
you, we can hear. Yes, thank you. Thanks. You can.
Because so what I will do is use devices. This one I will use for projection, and then you will hear the sound on the other one. I will start them at the same time. Tech work. All right. Let's see, where are we here? 1, 2, 3. The National Department of Health has embarked on a journey to legalize and regulate African traditional medicines in South Africa and the practice of African traditional health practitioners. We now listen to the Deputy Minister of Health, who has recently inaugurated an interim council on African traditional health practitioners, who is going to speak to us more about what government intends to do with the regulation of African traditional medicines and African traditional health practitioners in South Africa.
The public is aware that there are many types of traditional healing systems. There's the divinity side of it, the faith healers. There are herbalists. There are traditional birth attendants. So to try and understand this field of traditional medical practice, it really took us a long time. I think since 1994, the traditional practitioners have been demanding that they must be recognized as part of the indigenous knowledge system. But we also are aware that there are many unscrupulous practitioners that are bogus, that are also doing wrong things that are not in the interest of the public. So, and in line with the WHO framework for incorporating traditional health medicine in the national health systems, as well as the African Union declaration of decades for African traditional medicine, we are now at a point where we have developed legislation in 2007,
and we've inaugurated an interim traditional practitioners council, which will have a mandate of 3 years to put systems in place, to register those that are legitimate, and to develop norms and standards to protect the public. You are aware that we regulate the public sector, we regulate the private sector, we regulate the NGO sector, and this is an area that had not been regulated for all these years. And to protect the public, we also need to regulate them.
Now, apart from assisting the ministry with integrating the African traditional medicine to the national health system, what other responsibilities will they be handling?
The main area, Leanne, is that the sector needs to be regulated to protect the public. I think that's a fundamental issue for us. Secondly, we also know that sometimes when people are on treatment, patients are on treatment, they also take traditional medicine. So we must start understanding what they are taking and how that relates and interfaces with the medicines that they get from clinics and hospitals. I'm very happy that more than 10 universities already in South Africa, the Medical Research Council, as well as the Center for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, have been doing research studies for quite a number of years. So we have a body of knowledge from which we can be able to understand more this sector and be able to integrate those that are useful and relate, so that our doctors and nurses can relate to this sector. In the best interest of the patient, that is really our main point.
Will we see some universities actually introducing African traditional medicine into the medical curriculum?
At the moment, the focus is on research, understanding the herbs they use, and some of the herbs are not complex. We know they work. For instance, the aloe, we know that aloe works quite well as an antiseptic, and we also know that some of the herbs that we use finally as tablets are purified throughout, and yet the African traditional practices still use them in their raw form, and a lot of roots. So the universities have been mainly dealing with the research on understanding what the medicine is all about, the traditional medicines are all about, how they work and all that. And they will also come up with, this council must also come up with what we call a pharmacopoeia. So a list of medicines that are used, how they work, what are their effects, and also what are the side effects. Yeah. Because as I said, our responsibility and duty constitutionally and through the National Health Act is to protect the safety of patients.
All right. Well, what about Chinese medicine? I mean, we've seen a lot of doctors steering in that direction, the use of Chinese medicine. As a country, is that something we are looking into?
All this form part of traditional medicines in general. The council is not an interim council only for African traditional medicine. It's for traditional medicine in general. But a number of the other traditional practices are also regulated. We've got a council that is regulating, for instance, issues of reflexology and all that. So, but any other medicine that falls under traditional practice will also be accommodated in this work of this council over the next 3 years.
Dr. Gwenda Makgopa, it was a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Makgopa is the Deputy Minister of Health here in South Africa.
What does this mean for African traditional health practitioners? We took a visit to the Mpumalanga province, KwaNdebele, at the Tembesilahani local municipality to speak to African traditional health practitioners and hear what they think about the regulation of African medicines in South Africa and how that is going to affect their practice. We were interested to know if they're involved in the process of regulation, if they know about it, and what they think. Here is what they had to say.
Siyavuma mina ngiyavuma esayidini laka-government for ukuthi mhlambe sisebenzisane no-government. Ngiyavuma ephuzweni lokuthi siyizinyanga sibaningi and then uma mhlambe singazisebenzela ngaphandle kwe-control. Ngibona ngathi angeke kube right ngoba omunye nomunye umuntu uzofuna ukuzilawula ngendlela yena afisa ngakho. Kodwa uma ugovernment angathi ukungena kuzoba nomthetho ozosilawula. So ngiyamvumela ephuzweni lelo ukuthi ugovernment asikodwa engingakujabulela ukuthi ugovernment kumele a-consulte izinyanga. Bese nalabo bantu abazosebenza kuma-lab lawo kube abantu abazinyanga ebeyobe batrainile. Sibazi ukuthi inyanga ugovernment angasiletheli abantu yena aziyo ukuthi mhlawumbe ubathatha kuphi. Kodwa singajabula uma ngathatha izinyanga ezifundile ngalezi hlahla futhi no-government azinikeze i-experience more yokusebenza ngale mshini. Kodwa singakujabulela ukuthi lezi hlahla lezi ezizotesta from ku-laboratory kube yizinyanga ezazi ukuthi lesihlahla sisoze sisebenza so and then futhi kuzocheckwa nokuthi sikuthi kangakanani for umuntu. Yes, for ama-measurement kubalulekile kodwa esifuna ukukwazi ukuthi abantu abazoyenza ama-workshop under government akube abantu ebathwasile ebazi kangcono ngamadlozi. Asifuna ukumelwa abantu abakhetha ugovernment abanganalwazi ngamadlozi.
Engizwe ugovernment angakusebenza exactly thina engiyasebenza ngayo ukuthi la sekudinga isintu asadingi government asadingi isilungu njengoba nathi sisebenza njengayo umuntu ngakhona yabona la asadingi mina sithi
I-X mina ngizwe true nge-research eyenziwayo University of Western Cape. Mina ngiyibona inkinga ngoba vele bese kukhona lokho ukuthi kufanele siphathe incwadi zokuthi mangabe siye emahlathini sifuna ukungena endaweni kumele sibe nezincwadi ezishoyo njengezangoma ukuthi sizangoma impela ukuthi sinalo ilungelo lokuthi sikwazi ukwemba imithi nanokuthi yes sikwazi ukuba nemithi ekuwukuthi ingeyethu nathi siyazi ukuthi siyalawula ugovernment. Angiboni inkinga. Into engingayisho nje ukuthi njengoba ngisho ngithi mina inkinga ayikho yabo ngoba vele bese njengoba bese ngisho ukuthi sesiphathe incwadi sihambe siyogubha ngazo uma ungenayo awunalo ilungelo lokungena. Kanti futhi manje ibingalawula ugovernment ngaleso sikhathi ama-organization manje kuyinhlangano ezihlukile enye ezinye ziyavuma lokho ezinye zivumi lokho kodwa mangabe manje kubizwa ugovernment siyacabanga ukuthi kuzoba into nje yawo wonke umuntu efanayo kungabi nalo oza nowakho umthetho kule inhlangano nalo aze nowakho umthetho ugcina ungasazi nawe isangoma ungasazi ukuthi unalo ilungelo nalo kwenza lokho uma ngaba awuyi kule nhlangano kodwa makwenza ugovernment ngibona ngathi kulungile impela. Inkinga nje izoba sekutheni imithi le yethu thina siyiboniswa abogogo silele kuthiwe umuntu onje uhambe uyobheka wakho manje mangabe ugovernment uzomthatha ewuthatha kungaba kuhle ukuthi awuthathe ubizo ukuthi kungowami ubizo elami ngoba useni wahamba wayokujoyina and then ugovernment athi makawulawula awulawule ngaphansi kwegamma ukuthi uthathe esangomeni esiwukuthi ube negama lalowo muntu. Ngaleyo ndlela ngiyacabanga ukuthi nabo ngeze bathuthela sesingene mhlambe isilungu kakhulu sakhohlwa ukuthi le mithi siyiphiwa. Ngicabanga ukuthi mhlambe singahlukumezeka lapho mangabe ugovernment akafuni ukuthi imithi ibizwe amagama wethu asazi ukuthi Ngiyacabanga la ikhokheni kwemali government funeka sicabangele njengezangoma phela thina asiholi uhola ngaleyo ndlela osebenza ngayo ngokwedlozi futhi kufanele sicabangele ukuthi imali esizokwazi ukuthi siyikhokhele. Kodwa-ke bese kuthi le ndaba ukuthi kulawula amalandle namahlathi yebo kulungile ngoba kunenkinga la yokuthi abanye bethu bahamba bayokwenza ukuthi umuntu ahambe isihlahla sonke asikhiphe akhohle ukuthi kumele ukuthi siphinde simile sizokwazi futhi ukuthi nomunye ozayo noma naye ngakusasa ngabe kuyaphinda sithole phindelana emalwandleni nasemifuleni kube nalento ukuthi kuyangcola manje njengoba kungcola nje kuyafuna ukuthi angithi mhlambe kuhlale kuhlanzekile ngaso sonke isikhathi ufuna yakwazi ukuthi kungene bani mangabe kwenzakala iphutha futhi ngoba imvelo phela fanele sigcine ihlanzekile ene ilokhu injengoba injalo ngoba yiyo esisizayo thina abangoma kakhulu sisebenza ngemvelo. Manje imvelo manje mayingagcinekanga kahle kuzoba inkinga ekutheni thina siqhubeke nokuthola lezi zinto esizidingayo. Ngibona mina kungasinkinga kodwa lapha emalini government kufanele sicabangele. Hayi phela angayikhokheli mafuna ukusekela thina sifuna ukuhambisana nayo government. Angahambi yedwa phambili ngemithi yethu ahamba yoyithesta wena ungekho usele emuva njengoba ishilo eqaleni ukuthi umuthi ophruvo kwakho kumele ukuthi uze uphume negama lakho kuthiwa umuthi kazi so utestiwe so waziwa ngempela ukuthi lo muthi uyasiza usiza lento wena abathi abogogo bakubonisa yona ukuthi kusiza entweni enje. Sike thina anginayo inkinga nokuthi asihambisane no-government kepha-ke kuwukuthi uhambe like sikhona phakathi angasibeki eceleni futhi asifuni ukuzwa bezosinikeza i-report sifuna ukuzwa into ebesinayo siyenza sonke ngaleso sikhathi sibe ukuthi siyabuya siyayikhuluma ngoba sibe siyenza sonke hayi kube ugovernment ohamba phambili. Bese mangabe ukuthi makuhamba isikhathi ngiyacabanga ukuthi mangabe sekuqale lo mthetho kuzoba nokuthuthuka okukhona njengokuthi sibe nawo ama-lab wethu siyafuna thina ukuthi abantu bezothatha imithi kithi ukuthi ithestwe yithi sizenzele ngoba nokuya esikolweni lokho sesiyakwazi ukuyiyela esikolweni ukuthi siyokufundela lokho ukuze sikwazi ukuthi sizenzele.
Ijaji akuna umuzakhe siyasa ugovernment afose kulesibhedlela ukuthi ebanguye owenza khipha lezi mali thina sihlangane no-admin yabona andingabi nomunye ukuthi semkhambe ngamalebe then uthoma ukuthi uyabetha ukuthi uyagijimisa ukuya loyo muntu then November 78. No, 1976. November start of party.
Sizwile manje ngoFebruary ka-2013 i-Deputy Minister of Health. Dr. Gwen, I think Gwen still can't think of like Ramokgopa. Gwen Ramokgopa khulume TV lapha ukuthi i-council interim council ye-traditional health practitioners iyabekwa seya-inaugurate. Ngazibuza ukuthi njengoba i-inaugurate le council ikhethwe nini?
Siyazi na.
Yakhethwa ubani? Labantu abahleli laphana kule council babekwe ubani? There are many unanswered questions regarding the regulation of African traditional medicines and the practice of African traditional health practitioners. Many practitioners seem to have no problem with the regulation process, whilst others indicate that it will be a problem for government to interfere in matters that should be governed by African traditional health practitioners themselves. There are divided views. The biggest problem, however, seems to be the fact that most of the practitioners have not been involved in the legislation process. Some of them are hearing about this legislation for the first time, the majority, in fact, whilst others have heard about it and have not been involved. Moving forward, it is going to be very important for government and the Interim Council on Traditional Health Practitioners to engage African traditional health practitioners more, to ensure that this legislation becomes a success, to ensure that whatever that needs to be implemented regarding this legislation involves the public that is concerned. Oh, sorry for the sound. Yeah, mambo, mambo, yeah, mambo, yeah, mambo, mambo, yeah, mambo. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Sincere apologies about sound and voice. I could see there that. Can you just stop it? It was playing in both places. Togozan, we will leave it at that, Makosi. Zindlondlo. So that is a documentary that we did in 2013. You can see in terms of the visuals that is quite old. A lot has happened since then, Makehla Madala. This is just to start the discussion, and there's many other stakeholders that have been involved in the journey of traditional medicines. So we will bring that in this series that we are hoping to have every Sunday in January. We started this Sunday, and we'll come back again next week Sunday, same time at 3 to continue and deepen the conversation, because a lot has happened since 2013. A lot has happened since 2007. A lot has happened since 2003, which is, these are the landmarks in terms of what has happened. A lot has happened even around the Traditional Health Council itself. So we will be sticking with these conversations. I know that it is 1 minute to 4 and we had committed to an hour, but we will open up for comments around the documentary and questions, and definitely we will improve on sound and visuals in the next sessions. So the floor is open, Togozani. Anyone that would like to comment, feel free to do so in the last couple of minutes that we have.
Thokozani Bokoko, GOGFIX, as much as you have summarized that a lot has happened since then, I was having those questions that will I think we'll have to await the next Sunday, because I was going to ask as to how far are we, where is the council, and you know, because when the COVID hit us, is it March, when Pepsi started questioning, she was so loud, may her soul rest in peace. Then I was asking myself, Corey, and until now, I don't hear minister saying anything. The other Sunday, 2 weeks back, we were invited when he was rolling out a vaccine. And I was asking myself, why are they still quiet and not saying any other thing about medicine? Because there was this medicine that was being displayed, is good, and government is refusing to have it used. So the discussions are very, very crucial and critical. I think the time is now, and thank you for opening up this space again. And maybe the last one is on this, the division that other people are saying should be regulated. Others are saying, no, we should not be regulated. I think somewhere, somehow, we are going to have to, we'll find one another. Let's that not delay us for now, because once there's regulation, really, there are these unscrupulous people. I remember Gok Pipsi, when she was on TV the last time, they were correcting something, somebody has done something so wrong in the name of traditional healers. So we try to control that as well. Thank you, Gogo. Thokozani Boko. Makos.
Togoza Makos. Togoza Gogo Togozan. I can see Gogo Pagati, your video is open. You want to say something? Come through, Gogo.
Togozan, yeah. I think now is also the time to live the legacy, not just for Gogo Pepsile Maseko, may her soul rest in peace, but for all us remaining traditional healers to stand together, because most of the medicine that is being used is in Hlonyani mixed with different kind of medicine. And I really think now is the time during COVID that have shown us that we have to take stock as all traditional healers. Sit down, take stock, come together, because as one or two, and to go against each other is not going to work. To stand together for the sake of our calling, for the sake of our patients, for the sake of nature, we have to stand together. And that is really, really my feeling, to let the legacy of Gogo Pepsile really be alive. She have run her race, she have done her part, and I think now it's our turn. There is still the space and a survival for traditional medicine. We are intelligent, we are having our own knowledge, and with all the knowledge put in together, we can really form a unity to build on traditional, the long living of traditional medicine.
Togoza Koko Siyabonga, indeed, the legacy continues. May Her Royal Highness Ugogo Ungonyama uPhepsile Maseko rest in power. Sithi wena wendlovu, wena wendlovu, wena wendlovu. The foundation has been laid. There have been many stakeholders, as we are saying. We are also going to bring forth those voices and the experiences that have led us to where we are. And hopefully, as we journey in this conversation, we'll also be able to bring the voices of government, because government is an important stakeholder. There's work that has been done with the Ministry of Health. There's work that has been done with the Department of Science and Innovation. We now have the Indigenous Knowledge Systems Act, which was passed recently, actually just before we got into COVID. It was passed in December 2019. Many of us have not engaged with what that means, but we will take it step by step so that we work with each other to understand the history, because it's important to know where we come from, to understand where we are. Makhosi amakhulu, Zindlondlo. We will leave it here today. Sibonge kuzo zonke indlondlo that have come in this place. Let us meet here again. This is brought live by Ezabangoma Traditional Health Institute. We will come together next week again on Sunday at 3 p.m. until 4 p.m. To bring us deeper into the conversation, to say, what is it that happened in the journey of regulation? Do we still have the council, or don't we have the council? What happened to the Traditional Health Practitioners Act? Is it still alive? Whose role is this? Where is the Ministry of Health? Where is the Ministry of Department of Science, of Science and Technology? So all of that, we need to speak to each other so that we can understand the journey. And of course, talk, about us as healers. Where are healers sitting during this debate? What are we saying at this point? Thank you so much for taking your time on a Sunday afternoon. Sunday, for many of us, is family time. It is time to connect with God and spirit and higher powers. Let it be love, let it be light. As we are sitting at home and observing the regulations of this adjusted level 3 lockdown and holding together with each other, please keep warm and stay warm, drink warm. Let us take care of each other until we find a solution as a nation. Thokozani bantu abadala, makube kuhle Zindlondlo.
Thokoza Gogo. Thank you. Thank you.
We shall